This is the OLQ, which is very unique to the defense forces. You have to be brave, but you can't show unnecessary bravado. How calm are you when you're faced with adversity? One of the aspects that we look at is how courageous are you. Hello my dear aspirants, again great to connect up with you. And as you all know that this is an ongoing video for explaining all the OLQs which we look at in the SSB, and this is the 14th of the series of the 15 OLQs, which is part of the factor 4, which is the factor dynamic, and this OLQ that we will be talking about is courage. A very, very, very important aspect to any defense officer, whether it's Army, Navy or the Air Force. This is the OLQ which is very unique to the defense forces, where we see physical courage of an individual, because all our jobs require some amount of risk that you take. So one of the aspects that we look at is how courageous are you? How do you approach any danger? See, fear everybody has at the end of it. But how do you overcome that fear? Are you able to get over it? Can you take it head on? Can you do the jobs which require some amount of risk? The spirit of adventure that you have, of being an outdoor kind of person. Do you have the thing in you where you take on, you are an adventurous person, that people talk about being an adventurous person. So are you an adventurous person? If you are an adventurous person, this OLQ would be one of the easiest of the OLQs to clear. One more important aspect is, can you appreciate the danger which is coming and take that calculated risk which is required? So you should be able to gauge with your sense as to what kind of situation I am in and how much of risk involved, and thereafter act accordingly. Where you have to be brave, but you can't show unnecessary bravado just to showcase it. Like for example, जोश में होश नहीं खोने का है. That aspect has to be kept in mind when you're dealing with this courage OLQ. Spirit decor, being part of the group where things are moving fast, where you have to show yourself. One small part of this is also the self-confidence with which you approach any task which is of difficulty. All these aspects are covered in this OLQ. And one of the last important things which we covered in this OLQ is how calm are you when you're faced with adverse situations. See, one of the important aspects is resilience. How resilient are you whenever you are facing any adversity? Because as you all know, in the defense environment, there's always adversity from the environment or from the enemy or from the situation. There is nothing very clear. Are you calm and composed in that? Are you still thinking correctly and then trying to act towards your goal correctly? All these aspects would be looked at in this OLQ. Again, a very critical OLQ. Please practice. One of the important areas to cover this is by being physically fit. Not be afraid of taking any risk. So please practice on your physical fitness. This will I directly relate to the courage factor. Though we are seeing physical fitness in the next OLQ, which I will be covering, but this has a direct consequence on your physical fitness, or the physical fitness would have a direct bearing on the courage that you have to deal with risky situations. So pay attention to it. Important factor. Do things in which you are confident of dealing with all these outdoor tasks. Thank you. Meet you in the next video.